Round 45. That's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
The American Cornhole Organization. Yeah, it's a real thing since 2005. Find out how to play, where to play, and compete nationwide. Scan now to join the ACO family at AmericanCornhole.com. The ACO. We are Cornhole.
Around here, light can bring out the best in you. It can make you believe you'll find the buried treasure. Tempt you to bet on yourself. Convince you there's room for one more bite. And beg you to stay out way past your bedtime. Don't say we didn't warn you. Come find your island, Prince Edward Island.
Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.
Hey, what do you say, hole heads? Welcome to Taco Tuesday. Cheers to you. Glug, glug, glug. That's how we do it. Hey, real quick, we're going to cover a couple of things. You saw a little bit of a hint of that up front on the front of the show. A great group photo from Camp Margaritaville. You saw a little Ferg ball. Not a bad arm. We decided here at the ACO HQ Underground, Ferg's got a pretty good arm on him. They're overhanded as well. And I think he threw for a touchdown strike in that video, if I'm not mistaken. Again, just a reminder that the senior games are going well. You saw that in there. Whole Nation Shot of the Week is going to be coming up. We're going to go through all of the results from Camp Margaritaville in this episode, which we're calling ACO Camp Margaritaville Barger Than Life, if that gives you any clue as to where we're going with that. But the hot topics right out of the chute, obviously the big announcement this past week was the big change going on in Branson. Calendar issues and so on and so forth have led to the reconfiguration of the Branson Major. The schedule is posted and pinned at the top of the Facebook page. It says important notice. You can click right there. It'll look a lot like this right here. It tells you what's still happening, what isn't happening. The Pro Series, the 5th Pro Series of the season, has now been moved to Worlds, and the World Championship schedule is out, and it will be tweaked as we go. But the one thing that is consistent is we will still do the qualifying on one day and then the final bracket the next day. Now, here's the difference. It's not the buy-in tournament this year. It's the 5th and final Pro Series with the money on the line as it would have been in Branson, and it's open and free for all pros. So it's not a buy-in. It's open and free for all pros to come in, throw their SCR frame games, and have an opportunity to get into that final bracket of 16. That is the major change between Branson and then the Worlds, how that pertains to the Pro Series skins. So hopefully, pros, you will, while maybe disappointed about what's happening with Branson, you'll be thrilled to know that it's not a buy-in situation for the World Championship. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of some of what's going on up front with the hotter topics. Also, with Branson, the things that are remaining the same. We are switching days, and you can see the schedule for the doubles and singles to be run on Friday, women's, juniors, seniors, etc. on Saturday. That'll be run upstairs. But what is the same is Thursday at the Full Throttle Distillery, which has it's still got that new saloon smell. This place, Michael Ballard's, is awesome. They were building last time we were there, right there on that corner, just outside the convention center. And it is open, and they are going to be welcoming us. We're going to have a set of boards up there just for casual tossing around. But the saloon shine is going to be in full effect. The cocktails that are featured there, the food is amazing from what I'm told. And I know Michael Ballard does everything top notch. So we're looking forward to getting there and seeing Terry and her crew at the Full Throttle Distillery in Branson. That is Thursday. It starts around 3. It'll go around 3 to 6 as their happy hour. So we invite you to come out and join us. And visit throughout the course of the weekend. Like I said, it's right there across from the convention center. A great place to go spend a little bit of time when you're not pitching at the convention center. So 3 to 6 on Thursday, Full Throttle Distillery. Terry and her crew more than happy to welcome us in. We, as we've mentioned, season 21 just around the corner. 2 different opportunities for you to head to Canada. We've got the ACO Canada Major in Prince Edward Island. You saw some hype about there. They're in Charlottetown. And honestly, I think those are the biggest things up front before we get down into the nitty-gritty of the episode. Our bag partners scrolling across the bottom as always, a couple featured here up front. Looking forward to having new bag partners in and some familiar faces coming back in for season 21. Look forward to that. Don't forget, now we did have a little bit of a change up. The streaming this past weekend, ideally all of our long form streaming is going to go to YouTube. This past weekend, thanks to Tammy and Junior, we ran everything on Facebook. People seem to have found it and the results were good, but YouTube still, for the look and feel of the video, will be the home for long form programming as we continue to move forward. It will be the case from Branson. And you're going to have a couple of different looks on center courts between the 2 days, Friday and Saturday, with the reversal of schedule. Again, check that whole thing out on the Facebook page, pinned to the top where it says important notice. That's the schedule you need to be looking at. If we are on YouTube TV, or no matter where we happen to be, whatever it is you happen to be watching for ACO content, you can throw that up onto your smart TV. And the nice thing is, when you turn it on moving forward, it should have it down there as one of your recommended channels. So the YouTube channel should pop up as a recommended channel for you and make it even easier to find. Monster Cornhole continues kicking ass. I was checking the updated standings here. Jordan Kasinger and Jim Culver continue to be tied with Eric Hoppenjans for first place with 805 points. About 4 or 5 weeks left in the first Monster Cornhole season. Everything wraps up at the end of June, working through the top 20. I mean, we have Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, Georgia being represented in the top 5 by Tony Franco Sr. Illinois is in there. Let's see, Kentucky, Michael Gobin, Jody Hyatt, also from Georgia. Junior Williams rolling in at number 16 out of Virginia. So all the way down through the top 20, Malini, Heffelfinger holding the top 20 slots right now. But again, monstercornhole.com, everything that you need to know about how, as an ACO director, certified official director, how to make your tournaments count for points for Monster Cornhole, even retroactively, or how to bring folks in to play no matter what. If they're a member of another league or another association, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You don't even have to be an ACO member to play Monster Cornhole, but everybody seems to be digging it, and season 1 is just about to put the wraps on here at the end of June. Hopefully you've gotten your copy of the Cornhole Cookbook with all the little tidbits in there from the Cornhole Dude, and Haley having her forward up front as well. Again, congratulations to Haley and Neil on their recent nuptials. Nuptials is a weird word. It's up there with moist for me. Let's talk a little bit about the world's schedule as well. We posted it. We talked about it a lot last week. One of the new things that's in there, and this is cool, we have partners in Tulsa at Scheels. Now, if you're not familiar with Scheels, Scheels, a lot of people think, oh, well, they compete with Dick's Sporting Goods, or they here and there. The bottom line is they have a little bit of everything, including a restaurant, and we're looking to have a pretty cool opening welcome bash at their facility when we get to Tulsa. So if you haven't seen this, the Tulsa Toss is going to be run on Saturday, and it is open to the entire Tulsa cornhole playing community. So ACO players are welcome to be a part of it, but the big push is going to be on through Scheels to get doubles teams from the area to come in and be a part of the ACO Scheels Tulsa Toss. They're going to be there activating. We're going to be visiting the store and cross-promoting one another, but very much looking forward to the Scheels partnership for the World Championships in Tulsa. Looking forward to that, to be sure. So let's talk a little bit about Camp Margaritaville. What a weekend that was. And if you saw the title of the episode, you pretty much know who had the best weekend, but some familiar names and some familiar games showed up in there. As a matter of fact, some of the videos, some new video clips that we posted through the course of the weekend were put together by Kim Jackson. She has taken her editing skills and her eye for cornhole and put it all together now, and is doing shorts and reels for us as well. And she will be doing more of that in the upcoming season, in addition to Chad and Kim's cornhole adventure. So appreciate the opportunity to see. I think it was some highlighting on juniors. Kendall Cox got a little spotlight. Sebastian for winning singles. Oops, I've spoiled it. I think you probably figured it out. But thanks to Kim Jackson for that. I know next week she's working on sort of a summary video from both Camp Margaritaville and Branson. So we'll have that to bring you on the taco next week. She also was our women's champion in Camp Margaritaville over the aforementioned Kendall Cox. Kennedy Meineke comes in third. In singles for seniors, it was Scotty Harper over Mick Hoaksang. Phil Barnett comes in third. Junior singles, Karsten Morris with a K continues crushing and destroying with a K, and a D, I guess. In juniors, and Riley Brewster second to Karsten. Chase Hollis comes in third. In co-ed doubles, Kennedy Meineke and Sebastian Barger over Joanne Martin and Hasib Habibon, an old school name who was back. I saw a great photo of seeing old friends in new places, which is awesome with Frank. So Hasib, welcome back. It was good to see you. Joanne and Hasib fall to Kennedy and Sebastian. IMF, Team IMF, congratulations to you guys for winning the quads over Ruthless, and BW Bags comes in third. Let's see, the big blind draw, it was Angie Bryant and Lonnie Campos, which typographically was wrong on the winner's post, but it was corrected very quickly. And so Angie and Lonnie over Chad Jackson and Josh Holland in the big blind draw. Congratulations to you guys. In doubles tier 2, it was Ben Barron and Alex Gillum taking the first slot. In tier 3, Hasib Habibon and Michael Nigro taking tier 3. Louis Ney and Trevor Caballero take tier 4 in doubles, and Brandon Alexander and Corey Hightower take tier 5. And it was Lonnie Campos and Parker Burgett who take doubles in the World Doubles bracket over Kanan Culberson and Josh Holland. But Stuart Graham and Scott Harper were third. The Gammons came in fourth. Bontrager and Van Sickle tied for fifth with Charlie Case and Gary Ferguson. Tied for seventh, Karsten Morris and Karsten Morris. C&K, the senior and the junior, tied with Riley Brewster and Jace Thompson. So a lot of big names there in World Doubles. So congratulations again to Lonnie Campos and Parker Burgett for taking down a very strong field in Camp Margaritaville. In singles, tier 2 was Drake Poole taking home the hardwood. William Garza takes home tier 3. Darren Bell takes tier 4. And Justin Haga takes tier 5 over Eric Klein. And so Karsten Morris, the younger, is tied with 7th in the main bracket with Sean Anderson Sr., tied for 5th. Charlie Case and Kim Jackson, nicely done there. Riley Brewster comes in 4th. Lonnie Campos 3rd. Isaac Hurt 2nd, and he got bounced into the losers bracket by Sebastian Barger. It was a rematch then for the championship match, and Sebastian Barger is able to pull it out again. And what's interesting is coming up in the shot of the week, you will see these two squaring off, but it's not from the championship match. It's a hell of a shot from Sebastian in the match that bounced Isaac to the losers bracket. Congratulations that was a back-to-back, I believe, from Chicago and Camp Margaritaville for Sebastian. So when we say Barger than life, you can see what we mean by the weekend that Sebastian had getting ready to head into the world. You got to love coming in hot like that. So congratulations. Now, after it was all over with his stack of trophies and his featured bags, Philip Barnett was able to corner him literally in a corner and sit down and talk to him a little bit about how he's gotten to this point of the season, heading into Worlds, how he's feeling about his chances. And so we'll share that with you here right now from Philip Barnett.
Hello, everybody. Philip Barnett down here in Auburndale, Florida. But, man, what a place to play, man. Pretty cool place. Nice campground. Get a chance to come next year for sure. But right now, I am with the man of the hour, Mr. Sebastian Barger, who takes down singles, defeats Isaac Hurt. Proves me wrong. You know, I picked Isaac, but you proved me wrong. So, man, I know you found a lot of confidence. We talked last night a little bit over the last month or so. And what do you attribute that confidence to?
I guess just winning in Chicago. I mean,
winning Chicago.
Finally getting one down. I know I can do it now. You know.
Well, I've witnessed personally because I follow you. You know, you've been throwing some insane PPRs, dude. Do you ever miss a bag?
I try not to.
What changed from you going from there to here now? What has changed over the last couple months?
I think just locking down me throwing one set of bags, these ones, because I've tried herringbone before in the past, and I mean it's been a little finicky, but this set it's held on me so far, and it's playing how I want them to.
Well, if I play again, I'm gonna steal those bags and you're not playing with
I
them.
won't see them, will I?
No, never see them again.
No.
Hey, I bet you so. This man takes down Isaac Hurt, the world champion, the king of cornhole, right now. In a dominating faction too. It was not, to me, I watched the match, it was not really close, but man, you have just really come on. And I'm gonna tell you right now, as way you are playing right now, you have a chance to win the king of cornhole as well as anybody I've watched play so far for a while. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm feeling it. I feel like I can do it. If we played tomorrow, I think I'd do it.
Yeah. If you played last night, I know you would have done it the way you played. Hey, but anyway, I'm with Sebastian Barger. Watch out for this guy when we get to the World Championship. Sebastian Barger takes down not only singles, he takes down co-ed with Kennedy Meininger. And in Chicago, you do a double day over there too. You took singles in Chicago, doubles in Chicago with Evan Van Oss. Man, you're just on the tear, dude. And I can't wait to see what the rest of the year brings for you, man. You got any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I guess shout out firstly to my parents for letting me come to these. Thank y'all. Shout out to Basement Bags, of course, make the awesome bags. Shout out to Clear Creek Cornhole. It's like kind of partner with Basement Bags. Shout out to everybody that's reaching out saying congrats. Y'all are what makes me do it, I guess.
Absolutely. And this man will be a senior at Arkansas State, a math major. We got into a math off last night, and I killed him. So just kidding, man. Anyway, hey, the champ right here from Auburndale, Florida, Sebastian Barger. Man, watch out for this guy going forward.
Appreciate that, Phil. It's always good to get a chance to sit down and chat. And I have to say, the thing that caught my eye most about that video is that's the most low-key piece of Bucky's outerwear I think I've ever seen from anyone. I don't know where he found that, but usually it's flowery with the Bucky head and everything. So very subtle and understated. Sebastian, congratulations on a big weekend to Sebastian Barger as we head into the weekend that just a handful of years ago, the world discovered Sebastian Barger in the very first ever Pro Series winner take all, where he made it into the final bracket and didn't even realize it. So it's been quite a run, and you saw a little bit of that insight there, and appreciate that, Philip, as we do head into the final major of the season. Again, don't forget, the schedule has been changed for Branson this weekend. It's a flip-flop, doubles and singles on Friday. Then we roll all the other divisions on Saturday. We'll roll in a different room, as a matter of fact. But Thursday, come and join us 3 to 6 o'clock. Michael Ballard's Full Throttle Distillery. Sloonshine of all different flavors, cocktails, food, big menu, right there on the corner across from the convention center, right off, like if you were in the pool and you look across the parking garage right there. I mean, it's Sycamore in Maine, I think, is the, you can't miss it, for God's sakes. There's a giant motorcycle hanging out front, I do believe. But 3 to 6 o'clock on Thursday, we will look forward to seeing you there as part of that happy hour celebration. Thanks again to Terry and the Full Throttle Distillery crew. After that wraps up the season. And again, for those who are wondering about the Pro Series, again, apologies for the confusion, but it does not eliminate that fifth and final Pro Series. What we've done is move that to Worlds. It will be open and a free tournament for all pros. Okay, it's not the buy-in this year. It's the free tournament for all pros to qualify. 1 day of qualification, then the next day, the final bracket of 16. So it will still be there. So those who are worried about getting those end of season Pro Series points in the standings and the ability to win those skins, it's all going to be there for you at Worlds in Tulsa. So check all that out on the Facebook page. It's been pinned to the top. Appreciate everybody's flexibility. And for the confusion of ending on such a great season on that, couldn't be helped. But the bottom line is we're going to be barreling full speed ahead, pedal to the metal into Tulsa. And again, thanks to Shields and so many others, it's going to be a huge and awesome World Championships. Punta Gorda, the 3-day festival at the end of June. Awesome. 3 days playing later in the day. You already know how that works. Twisted Fork. And then the 4 Point Sheridan with the backup for the convention center for weather. That's going to be a monster, no pun intended, at the end of June. July, then we have World Championships in Tulsa. Then August 1, 2, and 3, the cornhole activation for the National Senior Games. And then, exhale for I don't know, about 24 hours, and then it's full speed ahead on season 21. So we are excited to wrap up the season this weekend in Branson. It looks like the weather's going to be nice. We might have maybe a little bit of potential rain, but the final couple of days of the season look like they're going to be really nice. And you know what? I guess because we've talked so much about Sebastian and we had the opportunity to sit with him, before we go and before we get into the picks for Branson, let's take one more look at something. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, Whole Nation Shot of the Week. And this did not come from the final match in singles. It came from an elimination match to bounce one player to the loser's bracket. And you heard a reference to his ability to throw this bag. Let's take a look at Sebastian Barger in the Whole Nation Shot of the Week.
Thanks, Finn and Frank. Welcome to this segment brought to you by Whole Nation. I'm your host, Rich Pyle. I'm going to show you a cornhole shot from a recent tournament. A pivotal shot, a game-changing shot, a shot you don't get to see every day. Check out this Shot of the Week.
This Shot of the Week comes to us from the ACO Camp Margaritaville Major between Sebastian Barger and Isaac Hurt. Sebastian knocks Isaac into the loser's bracket with this airmail drag. Great shot, Sebastian. Isaac fights his way back to the championship game, but nothing was stopping Sebastian.
Thanks for watching this week's Shot of the Week. Now let's turn it back over to the Taco Show with Frank and Finn at the ACO World Headquarters. Frank, Finn?
Tell you what, shouldn't be any surprise at the results, but and you know what? It's seeing he and Isaac playing there side by side. When Isaac threw that dart that kicked off to the left, and you saw the elbows come together, you thought he knew. He's like, oh no, but there's no way he's gonna go dart that thing in and airmail drag it. And he sure as hell did with those bags he was talking about with Philip earlier. So Sebastian, congratulations. We head into the final major of the season. Who's going to win? Now, there's one of two things that could happen at this point. I'm recording this ahead of time because Frank's on the road and we've got to get on the road early to head to Branson. So one of two things. If roll call is finalized and ready to go, Philip Barnett will have his Mississippi Ninja picks ready to roll and you will see them next. If you don't see them next, when they are in, we will post them as a separate feature, but you will not miss the Mississippi Ninjas final picks for the final major for season 20. That would be criminal, and we will not let it happen. So on that note, and on behalf of Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude, Eric Heinerman behind the scenes, the Oz pulling the strings, I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. We will see you in Branson. Hopefully safe travels to everyone. And as always, we will get to see you do this, but in case we don't, we remind you to keep on pitching.